folks and jokes. It's that time. I'm not gonna go ahead and we don't actually fuck it. We always start off like this. Click yes, blank screen, and then pre-show time. Ganja's, what is Ganja doing, by the way, Alan?
Getting ready, putting on the hat, and hitting the bong. I mean, I'm hitting the zong. Shit, that's still
right. He's not hitting the bong. God damn it.
I'm hitting it from the back. Fuck.
Nick, don't ever ask me what Ganja does.
I'm doing whatever the YouTube guidelines require of us to do.
Because either it's illegal or it's stupid.
Jesus Christ, I'm Julian over here saying, give me that preempt show goodness to put on my body.
Oh, rabbit, I want to get
It's funny how many people are actually, reacting to that with Corey doing it. Like, I want that toasty goodness all over my body. Like, this sounds really fucking weird, and I didn't think it was going to actually take off the way it did, but people are saying it. I don't know.
Hey, man.
Why not?
You love that body shit.
Yeah, it actually might be on a t-shirt or something.
Man, how did they not make a soap yet?
What? Oh, double toasted soap?
Double toasted soap! Get that toasty goodness all over your body. Man, that's free ideas, Corey, man.
Oh,
Call
man.
me, bro. Call me. We should talk.
Yeah, exactly. But wait, don't. Well, actually, people, wherever you do, don't show this to Sammy because that will be stolen right away. But anyways.
No, I'm Arab. I can haggle my way out of anything.
Speaking of which, check out the Sammy Untitled video game show every Friday, y'all, after our show.
Man, don't say that shit.
Max saying, hey guys, I wish I could stay, but I'm heading out with friends. Have fun. All right, man, you have fun too, dude. Hopefully everything's gonna be hanging.
Don't have too much fun because they might not take you back.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't fucking stay at a place across the street from a police fucking department or something, dude.
I'll never forget that story. I love telling that story.
I would have left his ass right there in the middle of the street. You know that.
People, and you know what's funny? It's that I was walking with Alan, and I noticed how empty those streets were, and how like I'm gonna be honest, it was ghetto as fuck, dude. I'm sorry, that shit was not a nice area. Just like all of New York, because it's a big piece of shit. But the thing is, Alan, being the brave little toaster in this fucking group, you went by yourself with them. Wait, what were you saying?
Oh no, yeah. Again, like the area we have was actually not bad. It's basically kind of like what it is like to be like in an inner city. Remind me of my old neighborhood. But yeah, there was absolutely no one there, dude. It was the weirdest thing in the world because it looked like the police precinct was closed. Like no one was there. There were cop cars and everything, but it's like they went home. I'm like, I mean, I guess they have to go home at some point, but I always thought places were open 24/7.
Yeah, man, I'm actually wondering because looking at some of this stuff over here, and maybe this might be the place he was staying at. This is this is the police precinct, or I guess some hotels or condos next to the area.
That looks familiar, kind of.
God, it looks like a fucking. Is that the Walt Disney Castle?
If it was in Compton.
Yeah, what the fuck? Look at it, someone's actually building an arc fucking wall behind it. What is that shit in the back?
That is a Minecraft wall.
I don't know
that might be a Minecraft building that we were beside.
Dude, this can't be real. This is not a real place.
No, I think that's Photoshop, dude. I don't think that's real.
Okay, yeah, man, shit.
Point is, it was weird because everything was off, but there were a lot of cop cars there, so I'm just like, I don't know. I guess it's a staging area, or maybe they're incognito. I don't really know what's going on there.
Maybe it was a bar. It's like, hey, welcome to the precinct. You know,
the worst time I ever had walking into
cop. A great bar or a bad bar?
It'll be a cop bar, so in the middle. But like the worst police experience I had, like just running into them like you, I think it was like one morning in high school, and I was just smoking a joint down this one little way that I used to take, and it used to be like a shopping plaza, but all the stores are like really in the far back, and it's mostly just parking lot. Mm-hmm. But as I turn the corner and I light the joint, I just see these cops, and they're just full on SWAT gear with the rifles out and shit, and they're just talking over one of the trunks like they got a battle plan. And I just put that joint real quick down. They look at me like a bunch of meerkats looking at a predator. And then go right back to their business, and I just jet right down a bunch of other alleyways.
Well, you're one stoner, and they're about to plan like the fucking Normandy invasion. I don't think you're high on their priorities. Could you imagine? I was like, okay, we're gonna get this drug dealer. He's causing all these problems. Get the guns. Wait, the guy has one. Forget the plan. Get him.
Get that dude with the joint.
We got you for like a day.
But yo, people, now, and what we're talking about, by the way, too, BBM's probably like, man, what the fuck are all these stories? We actually do this thing. We're gonna be doing it again in Austin soon, in August. But yeah, Double Toasted. We actually go. This is at the Brooklyn Bazaar that we all hanging out at. I mean, most people that are watching us right now, were there and they met us, in person. So if you guys ever like BBM or anybody who doesn't watch Double Toasted, whatever, or if you do like Double Toasted, never actually went and hung out with these people, you should do it. Next time we go, don't go when we're not going because then we're gonna miss out hanging out with you. And honestly, let's be honest, it ain't gonna be fun. It's gonna be shitty. You you need to have ganja there so you can give you free shit. And by shit, you know what I mean.
Shit.
No, actually, Ganja's probably not gonna be smoking out people anymore because I've been yelling at him and I told him, dude, you guys stop fucking doing that shit.
He's been treating me like a dog, slapping me on the head with like newspapers and shit.
Yeah,
Well,
but I mean, if you guys have some of your own and you would like to hang out with us too, I'm not one of those annoying straight edge people too where I complain the whole time like, oh god, drugs, fucking A. Like one of the toasties that have came on with us before.
If you don't do drugs, be like a cool like sober person. Be like, yo, y'all smoking joint, cool. What y'all talking about?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I was like, oh, nothing, because you guys are stoners. Great. No, but
hey, man, we talking bass and stars.
looking over here in the chat too, BBM saying, Nick, you know for a fact Rick ain't leaving the show. We'll talk about that later, but dude, nah, Rick gone.
Man, yeah, I can't wait to talk about that.
Oh man, and then stop hating on New York, Nick, or I'll start trashing The Walking Dead. You already trashed The fucking Walking Dead, you son of a bitch. God damn it.
Yeah, but he'll start if you keep going on New York, man.
He says he lives a CM Punk lifestyle, so he can use that free shit. But yeah, man, Raheem's over here asking me if Alan's a toaster, which I did call you a toaster earlier, Alan. But out of all of us,
He's a brave little toaster.
Yeah, if we were appliances, dude, you'd be either the toaster or the coffee maker.
Both of those make no sense. I'm not even sure why you'd say that.
What would I be?
Hold on,
You'd be the cooler.
I would be the what?
The cooler.
The cooler. Oh, because I'm cool?
No.
Sure.
Isn't that the one that gets like so angry that he just basically gives himself an electrical
No,
heart attack?
cooler holds drinks and stuff.
Oh.
Well, thank you.
Are we talking about the brave little toaster? Or are you just talking about furniture?
Man, I'm trying to make a joke here, and I was hoping it would start clicking in Nick's head, but nope.
No, I actually never watched The Brave Little Toaster. I just heard it name dropped, so I just thought would.
You've never seen The Brave Little Toaster?
I don't think I've seen that either.
Oh, now I know something adds to the movie and parties.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we might actually. And man, people are going to talk about the premium party tonight too.
Honestly, if you do that, we gotta watch Land Before Time. We gotta watch.
Hell no! I'm not going to do that.
Yo, Bambi, fucking Lion King. We gotta do all the ones that make you cry.
Yo, chat. Actually, YouTube
good.
chat. Tell us some movies that have made you cry. By the way, and we'll actually go back and read them as we do the rules and stuff.
Fievel.
But on top of that too, though, I want to do a cry your ass off night. I want to do a night where we just find movies that are really depressing and see if any of us breaks.
We gotta start with the fucking.
We already did, man. Episode. We did that once with Simpsons episodes. We just went through like the saddest Simpsons episodes and Futurama episodes. It took a while. I was the first to go, but it took a while.
Wait, you cried in the after hours with everybody?
No, it wasn't
It was
after
just
hours.
me and Ganja and 90s chilling.
Yeah.
Oh, so you cry with your homies in the here when we know we're gonna make fun of your ass and you're gonna over here like just.
Which one was it? Which one was it that broke?
Okay, so what it was is we were watching a bunch of sad ones, and obviously the emotions are going there because we're watching really good episodes. It was the one when it explains why, because the whole thing is Bart goes, "Why aren't there any pictures of Maggie around the house?" And he basically explains the whole episode's about Maggie's birth, and what happens is, he's working at the power plant. Anyway, he's working at the power plant. He's miserable. He hates it, but he needs to do it to pay off the mortgage. But they eventually pay it off, and he can go get a job that doesn't pay as much, but something he really wants to do, be at the bowling. He loves bowling, and he wants to work there. The thing is, when Maggie gets born, they need extra income. So in order for him to actually, provide for his family, he has to go back and basically beg for his job from his boss, Mr. Burns, who's kind of an asshole. And he's miserable. He hates it. He's like so mad. He's basically mad at Maggie for that until he holds her for the first time. And then he realized, like, oh, I need to be a father for this child. I need to protect this child. I need to love this child, everything. And that's what motivates him to actually keep working. So Mr. Burns, because he's an asshole, puts a sign right in front of his thing. He's like, don't forget you're here forever. And just to basically fuck with him. But then he takes all the pictures of Maggie and puts it like strategically there. So it just says, do it for her. So he's suffering, living his. It's getting me right now. He is suffering simply to take care of his child, and that fucking broke me.
Yeah, that's lame.
Fuck you, I knew you. This motherfucker doesn't have a heart here.
No, I'm gonna get it with mine. What we should start off with is honestly 2 Futurama's episodes. Either we start with the dog one because that one would get a lot of people, but I think it's discounted because the movies kind of made that non-canon again. But the second episode is called Game of Tones. And basically what it is Fry goes out his way to help this alien creature, Nibbler, to try to save the universe. And he goes out his way to help him. He does all the good, right things. So one of the things at the beginning of this episode was he was really missing his parents, especially his mom. And he's really starting to miss, he's starting to realize more and more as the seasons go by that I'm not seeing my family again after the nostalgia of, the future is starting to wear off on him. So he's risking his folks. And one of the things Nibbler does for him is he sends his consciousness back in time to his mother's dream, and they spend one day with each other for like the last 5 minutes of the episode, talking to each other.
Oh,
Damn.
man, we should do or the episode where he what was it? There's this one episode too where he just randomly says his name into like the space equivalent of Google, and it looks up all of this stuff. And one of the things that looks up is this person named Fry, and they start watching these basically YouTube videos. And Fry's getting really pissed off because like every single thing this person did stole every single dream that I have, and he assumed it was his brother. So he's trying to figure out like why his brother stole his life, but then realized as he goes through the episodes, it's actually his nephew, and that his parents and his family actually missed him. That's when he started realizing, because he always thought he was a blowhard, like nobody gave a shit about him. And that whole episode is that people actually cared about him.
And not only that, to the point that his nephew wanted to immolate his lost uncle.
The thing is, like, my shit comes from actual live action movies that makes sense for all these emotions to be spiraling out of control. But these are cartoons that people go home and actually watch on Fox and have fun.
That's why
it surprises you.
Yeah, you know, regular show did that to me. Regular show, man, with Pops at the end. I'm not even gonna say what it is yet, but like shit happens, and it's like it's sad because not only is there like a death, but there's so many things going around with all these other characters, both good and bad. Where the good is almost as depressing as the bad because it's like beauty in life and just growing and shit. And it's like I don't know, man, like that shit really kind of fucked me up. And I remember hearing that for the first time over Ganja. Ganja told me that. Yeah. And I was just like, what?
You didn't even know, because what it does, it shows a montage, so a lot of the shit you just have to read into what the fuck they're doing. Mm-hmm. And I think at the time you didn't know that Rigby and Mordecai, they stopped being friends for a little while and went their own ways.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it's just like it's one of those things like, you know, and you don't think about this because people, you know, life is about work and meeting new friends and doing new things and shit that makes you kind of excited about, you know, continuing to live. And you know, what regular show does is it literally plays it as a video of like, no, like, remember when you guys used to watch the show every single week? All these memories, all these things that these friends and everything did. Like, imagine if someone made a video. Actually, it's kind of funny because Alan actually is doing this, but you know. Imagine a video of us doing this podcast or hanging out just in calls, just being like, "Hey, Ganja, what you up to, bro? You know, what's up?" And like, imagine we did that for another 5 years, and we go back, and it's like, you know, now Ganja has like a goatee after a long time or whatever. The fuck, gets a haircut. But like, this whole thing happens, and it's like, yo, like, even though these are very like minuscule problems or situations or just times, it's emotional because it's just so much time behind it. So I don't know. I love that shit. I know this is a long ass pre-show, and we're talking a lot about fucking nostalgic shit. But
this is about love, y'all.
I mean, it's better to talk about anything that's actually been going on for the fucking show tonight too. I mean, like, you guys see what we have over there on the side, and then, you know, before that, you know, a bunch of rap shit going on. Fucking what's his face?
Man,
what's Saeed?
Like,
did they really do gang signs and shit or no?
I just did a gang sign. Yeah, I did. West Side for life, brother.
Yeah, you're living in the East, you motherfucker.
I'm in Colorado. That's West Coast.
It is.
We're okay.
Rap lesson, folks.
Colorado is one of those weird states that's so in the middle of the country it can claim East Coast or West Coast if it wants to.
That is bullshit. No, you're just choosing one.
There is a strict middle, so
and
it basically means like
that's the epitome of East.
Oh, I'm from Florida, so it's East Side, but I live now on the West Side.
Motherfucker.
You're neither. You're a traitor to both.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
You motherfucker.
God damn, man.
You can't rep me the big, you know, Tupac.
Yeah.
You gotta rep Ja Rule or some lame shit like that.
God damn, this is ridiculous. No,
this
but
is some inside rap shit.
I'm repping the Judas Squad.
Well, anyways, who's repping West Side is holding with, what was his name, Pusha T or something versus...
It's Pusha T versus fucking Drake. And honestly, I've never liked Drake. I always thought Drake was the most candy-ass rapper in the world. So the fact that he's losing, I am so happy right now. I couldn't be happy. I don't know who the fuck Pusha T is. I'm probably never going to listen to his music. Kill him. Rap speaking, obviously.
You guys.
Yeah, don't say that shit with.
I forgot that this is the rap
There's like
game,
10
and that might
fucking
actually
Biggie
happen.
B versus Tupac story movies or whatever the fucking documentary TV shows, and you're like, yeah, kill that motherfucker. Like, no.
I forgot him in the rap game. It's been a while since we had a beef in which, like, so for people that don't kind of know, and got to explain this, like, what
feels like.
Yeah. So, oh, why did I agree to that shit, man? I'm becoming you, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so got to explain to me what's happening with the Pusha T and Drake thing, where Drake basically did a diss back to him, where he brought up his fiance. And for anyone that knows anything about rap, man, that's declaring war. Like, there's diss tracks and you're fighting, but when you start bringing, like, when you do a diss to somebody in the rap game, it's everyone in the rap game. It's like war. There are rules to this. So if you're dissing a rapper, you're dissing their style, you're dissing their what you call it, their label, you're dissing other rappers that they're friends with. You start bringing in family members, you basically declared war, and they're not going to stop until one side is dead. Like, that's what happened with Ja Rule and Eminem. where they were beefing, but then Ja Rule's like Ja Rule talked shit about his daughter, and Eminem destroyed his entire career.
Really quick, I'll be right back. But yeah, like, what do you think about that, God? Do you agree with Alan at all on this end?
I just been deep in this fucking. All right, one thing I like about hip hop is all the rap beefs and all the shenanigans that go into it. So when any of these things pop off, I'm the first one to go get research. And I woke up very early in the morning, like before I had work, so I just had nothing to do, just try to pass out to sleep. So I just went into this whole fucking Drake versus Pusha T thing. And all right, what was the first diss? Was Pusha T like throwing a diss at Drake? But it was such a a low quality diss that no one really noticed it. And then Drake came back with another diss that actually was decent and actually went to the point. But where this two came out of fucking nowhere, Alan. Like, I don't know if he was just trying to play friendly with him and just get some notifications on his album. Just be like, yo, check out my new album, just Drake on it. And Drake was like, yo, I'm gonna diss your fiance. And he was like, nah, man, I'm a man. Fuck that shit. And he just threw it all out there because he talked about him not talking about his son until a fucking Adidas contract was ready. He talked about him living like his dad, talking about being a deadbeat dad, not being his kid's life, just like his dad did to him when he was 5. And then he talked about his mom being fucking single and shit for life. Like, he went hard, bro. Like, bodied. And then he literally opened up the photo with a picture of Drake. I guess he did blackface for a photo album that he was trying to do.
What the hell was that?
That's Drake in blackface.
What's the other white guy in blackface?
That's Drake.
Wait, both are Drake?
Yeah, those are both photos of Drake.
Because there's one guy in a green shirt and one...
that's Drake.
Drake looks white as hell.
And you know what? He even dissed him on that. He's talking about, I saw you try to grow your afro, but it wouldn't nap enough. Because I don't know if you noticed, but in Drake's a lot of his stuff, he talks about he has a problem with his duality of being half white, half black.
Yeah.
So he was just going in for the hard out, and it was ruthless.
Ruthless fucking gets it. Don't bring up a man's fiance. If you're gonna diss, dude, if you want to understand how rap disses work, me and Ganja, we talk shit about each other all the time. We'll probably even argue. If I say, Ganja, man, you know I'm a bitch, and we're in a bar, he'd punch me in the face. Like, there's a difference between busting your friend's balls or even going balls.
It's one thing like your mom or some like obligatory sound like that, because they do that hip hop all the time.
Sure.
It's when you say the fucking name.
Oh yeah, the name drop, yeah.
That's when the lines cross, because you know who the fuck you're talking about.
Man, when you told me the story, all I could think of is history, motherfucker. You in the rap game, you know what happens. This is literally, we need to know what Ja thinks. Somebody find Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, what do you have an opinion on this? Man, his career's over. He might as well start fucking rich kids out for the EDM money.
My only regret is I talk shit about Haley. Ja Rule would have had a career if he never talked about Haley.
He should come out with a song called Haley's Regret.
God damn it. Man, Eminem would come back out of shit, do that. Actually, you know what, Ja Rule, if you tell Eminem one more time, we might get a really good album.
Good luck. What do they say in the chat right now? I'm trying to check out because right now my shit's slowing down.
Yeah, Ruthless was agreeing with what we're saying. So you bring family and the gloves are off. Here, for some reason, FML thought Drake was Mexican. I think it's an Atlanta joke.
It is an Atlanta joke. He does kind of look Latino, like he just got the light skin for it. But I don't know. It's something I love when it comes to hip hop and how they just do the rap beats and whatnot. And I know you hate it, but I love hip hop back in the '90s when it actually meant something to just each other.
Oh no, I love hip hop in the '90s. I never stopped.
You don't like all the extra shit that occurred with motherfuckers shooting at each other and throwing hands in the fucking club.
Who does?
I love that shit.
Like, how many of the rappers that we kind of listen to would still? Biggie and Tupac are dead.
That's right, because they legends now, and we love their songs forever.
Yeah, but they also got shot, like unceremoniously, man. Tupac died in his car.
Hey, man, unceremoniously, like, what do you want? Like a 7-gun salute for hip hop artists?
Shit, I'd like for them to live a little longer. Than like, fuck. At least Eminem's like, his rap might suck nowadays, but at least he's alive.
A firing squad like a gentleman.
Shit, how does this all happen, man? Like, god damn it, yeah, I like my artists, still being alive. That's generally what I get why they had to do that, man. But I almost felt
the murder stuff. I get that, but I liked it, man, because when they were running to clubs, they throw hands and shit, and actually meant something to have an entourage, because some of them were going to jail for you. And like, I honestly think like that was like the real like early dirty gritty parts of hip hop. To me, that's like when you try to compare like the early dirty '60s of rock and roll and the '50s, where they were just partying out and doing everything they say in their music and actually living the lifestyle they portray.
I think that's
now
the
we
problem.
just get motherfuckers that are just perpetrating.
Oh, I think that's a problem. I think that when Biggie and Tupac and all the rappers started getting out of the lifestyle, because they were real. Before they had their music career, they were doing a lot of what they're saying, and then the rap.
Biggie, Tupac is questionable.
Well, a lot, sure, to varying degrees, people did what they said. The
Right.
problem is, once they got big enough and they were stars and they didn't need to do half the shit they did, they still had to rep their what you call it? What am I trying to say? They still have to represent themselves and represent their respect. So that's why I felt like a lot of the rap murdering came from, for people still trying to act like that gangster shit, even though they're millionaires.
By the way, I'm back.
I like that.
People in the
Yeah.
chat, by the
I'm
way, too. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Dieham. Fuck. I'm sorry, dude. Fuck your name. But he's saying that Drake fires diss track with Logan Paul, Super Live Vid 2018. What? What? What is that connection with Logan Paul? Did he actually do something with Logan Paul?
I don't know.
Logan Paul diss candy ass rapper.
Man, I really hope that no, that better not be a thing that's actually happening. You better be fucking around,
probably
Die.
will be
God
real.
damn it. You die. No, but anyways.
I hate that Diane about the hip hop game. He just said most of them are what you call
They
studio
are
rappers.
studio gangsters. I'm sorry, but
I
like
hate that shit.
50 Cent, I think was like, to me, the bridge where it's like half and half, where literally 50.
Yeah.
Where it's like a lot of his shit was the typical studio stuff, but you also look back at his past and a lot of the stuff he says he did go through. But honestly, I think like by the time Cash Money started getting all their other idiots, rap game's dead, man.
Yeah.
And Soldier Boy came on the record, like nail in the coffin. It's
2007
gone, man.
was one of the worst years for rap. But I do think that ever since Drake and Future did that one album, I do think that things started to kind of get a little bit better. They didn't do the whole album together, but Future came out with an album. Drake helped him out with a lot of the songs. And then Migos has definitely got a lot of people that are not into rap back into it. Ganja being one guy that actually kind of pulled me over. Ace Hood,
Shit.
2013, he did a lot of huge, a lot of big
Yeah.
stuff too. But then again, you get these guys who were popular around then, and now they're starting to fuck up, where it's making people not want to even listen to it. Like Kanye West being behind Pusha T's album. That's
God,
not
Kanye
smart
West.
because
That hurt.
well, I mean, like, by the way, like for me personally, I like to separate the artist from whatever the fuck's going on.
Of course.
But it's like people that are into rap music or in this culture, they can't separate. So it's like, oh, you're with Kanye West, you must be a fucking dickhead. Then it's like, no, dude, it's
Well-
good music. Listen to it for the music.
Shit, I'm a fan of Eminem. Trust me, I fucking know.
I get that, but my thing with if Kanye West was like just doing like, all right, let's say he was just like hardcore right wing fucker, and all the music was just perfect shit and never involved his politics. My thing is like he's bringing that craziness into his music now with Scoop the Poop.
What the fuck was that? I honestly thought that y'all were fucking with me for like a week.
No,
I did not, 'cause
Scoop
I
the
like
Poop,
Kanye West.
Shawoop.
I like Kanye West a lot. And then when I heard that, I'm like, you guys are just making fun of me, right? That's not a real Kanye. I refused to believe that until I saw a video of it. I
And he's
refused
still
to
a
believe
good
that was
producer
real.
because that first half is a pretty good song.
He's a great producer. Like Kanye, there's a lot of good Kanye West songs. The Graduation is almost an entirely perfect album, and he does do generally good stuff. He's decent to good rapper, and he's a great producer. So it's like he has a lot of talent, but he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, right now we got people like 2 Chainz and Migos and fucking Ray Shremmer and. I mean, I hate to say it with Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar to this day more so. And this is funny because this is actually part of MCA lore at this point. Because the first time I ever got yelled at is when I said that I don't like the fucking Beatles and I fucking can't stand Kendrick Lamar. It was like our 8th episode, and the whole chat just destroyed me. Just fucking wanted to kill me over that shit. People. More so than ever, I'm looking right at you in the chat. Fuck you, fuck Kendrick Lamar. Like, I fucking hate that dude. If you like him, honestly, your taste in music is not that fucking great. And your taste in personality and people in general is really bad. I'm sorry. I have a personal vendetta against that motherfucker. So, yeah. Fuck him and fuck his fans, too. But, anyways.
Down, be humble.
Last thing I want to say was what got me back into rap was not because I actually stepped out of the rap game when Soulja Boy came out, and I was like, you know what, this genre is dead, I'm out, and I went to branch out. Ganja actually brought me back with Run the Jewels. Because I did not think rap. I didn't think rap could ever be like what I wanted again. But then hearing Legend Has It, I'm like, I hear it in his background. I'm like, yo, I'm feeling this. What is this? It's like, oh yeah, it's Brother Jewels. I'm like, yo, is this an 80s? Is this an old like 80s and 90s? No, they've been doing shit for years. I'm like, yo, send this over, and I still listen to them. So it's like there is still some good rap, but it's like it's few and far between, I feel.
Yeah, but with that said, folks, we're going to wrap up the pre-show. You like what I did there, buddy? Anyways, moving on. Click and... God, you want to count down with me, sir?
3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
1.
Boom! The music has started, and there we go, folks. Oh, it's such a jamming theme song there. Not really. I don't really mean that, folks. But it's time for the midnight. Don't you fuck with me thing. The midweek chat attack. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. But people, we were talking. Man, how long was that pre-show?
About a show.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done. Good night, everybody. Like, fuck. No, but
Have
what's
a good
gonna happen?
day.
No, but what's gonna happen actually, and I'm gonna go and show the site really quick, just so I'm not wrong, because I don't want to be wrong when I tell you guys to go to a certain website. But yes, Double Toasted at 9 o'clock CST, which is literally, and I think in about 18 minutes, they're going to be starting talking about Upgrade, Adrift, and Won't You Be My Neighbor reviews for the movie extravaganza. So go to doubletoasted.com, check that out, be fucking awesome. I actually can't wait to watch that myself. But because of that, we're actually going to be ending off a little bit earlier than we typically do, Mr. Ganja Guru. We're going to get through these topics fast as shit. Ain't going to be no flex and show community questions like that. We're saving all that for the Midnight Chat Tech on Saturday. And speaking of the Midnight Chat Tech on Saturday, I'm going to go ahead and go through this really quick too. After Hours! And you guys have no idea what it is. So I'm actually going to have Alan respond to this because I'm kind of curious what Alan's going to think. I'm scared.
I wonder why you're asking me to respond to this Roseanne thing.
Yeah, I don't know. But here we go. After Hours. Let me see what you're going to think about this.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's Movies with Smart Ass AI Night on Saturday. It's going to be Stealth, War Games, Ex Machina, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and The Day the Earth Stood Still. And the reason why
you.
Wait, I knew you were gonna do that. Why?
Fuck you.
Why?
I mean, I don't Stealth. I don't have any feels one way or another. Ex Machina, I've always wanted to check out, but the director made Annihilation. That movie sucked. And 2001: Space Odyssey, I'm sure Julian will jack off to that, but whatever. The Day the Earth Stood Still. Is this the remake or the original?
Oh, this is a remake, buddy.
This is the most boring movie I've ever heard. This movie is an hour and a half, and nothing happens for an hour. It is Keanu Reeves at his goddamn worst. Of like, you thought he was boring in any other movie? Jesus Christ, he is like Dr. Manhattan in fucking Watchmen. He is just the whole time. I'm like this. It's supposed to be some global warming, some fucking like what you call environmental bullshit. But it's so fucking boring, and it means literally nothing. Because as soon as it hits the hour mark, switch flips, he becomes a good guy. A bunch of nanobites from nowhere just destroy the whole fucking city, and then the problem gets solved. Yeah, that's the end of the movie, folks.
Oh, by the way, you know, people used to make fun of this. I'm gonna do some put everyone at blast with this one. I'm gonna respond to the chat now too. God damn it, you fucking ruthless. But over here, oh, look at Thanos right there, folks. Now, everyone talks about how great Thanos is and how Mr. Stark,
yes,
I'm dying to be alive in the next fucking movie. But the thing is, all that's happening. Why does everyone make fun of this shit when it's the same fucking thing?
It's not. Just thing. Okay. The only thing you can say the same is that dust. Yeah, you know, a lot of movies have dust. Okay, but this movie isn't the same thing as a Clint Eastwood movie that's set in the fucking Wild West. It's the context that fucking matters. Context is super goddamn important. Because when you look at that movie, all that is just, hey, we just said fuck it. There's a bunch of nanites destroying stuff. The thing with Thanos and people turn to dust is the whole movie built at that point, and then it was one of those things where it's shocking. This is just pointless.
I mean, I disagree with that.
Bullshit.
I disagree with that. This is a great movie, and I want you guys to vote for this on Saturday. Saturday's going to be a great night. Alan's going to be there. You have to be there all fucking night with us.
I don't have to be there.
Yeah, you do.
It's
you
an
have
hour.
have to.
First of all, it's an hour and a half. That's part of your rule. Second, please do not vote 2001: Space Odyssey. That movie's fucking boring and pretentious as fuck.
Oh, it's going to be great, people. And, Ganji, you better stay, too. No, this game off early. I got to go smoking doke. If Alan stays for Earth So Still, you have to stay for fucking 2001: Space Odyssey.
Man, that's a 2.5-hour movie, Nick.
Man, I have a funny story.
That is unfair, though, honestly, because...
Like, you don't know. That's a classic. In terms of classic means runtime don't give a fuck.
Man, like, as far as the other movies on there, like Ex Machina, like, it's a short movie. It's under 2 hours. I always love to check it out, so I'm kind of curious about it. Stealth, I'm sure that movie's going to be hilariously bad, so I'm kind of curious for that one, too.
What you call it? By the way, Ruthless, yeah, watching Stealth would be great too. I love that. I love the soundtrack. Incubus and fucking what's her face did a great job doing that fucking soundtrack.
I just want to see Jamie Foxx in that, man.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, yeah, that's a good tie-in too. The reason why we're gonna be having all these types of movies, by the way, too, is because Upgrade's coming out this week, and I think that even though we all probably want to go see Upgrade because it looks fucking badass, I did want to do more stuff about. Oh, he's saying sure in a sarcastic way. You don't think Upgrade looks fucking amazing?
Is it a Netflix movie, or am I hearing that wrong?
No, it's an actual film. I mean, it's an indie film. It's a Blumhouse, I believe, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. It's just I don't know. I heard the premise. I'm just like, I don't need to see another Anon.
Oh,
I don't need to see another like, hey, let's just do this weird tech, but we're gonna do some okay stuff. Like, it might be okay, but it's Blumhouse, so it's like they generally have okay premises. Like, what was it? The Purge movies are okay, but it's just like they never commit.
But wait, have you never seen the trailer or anything?
I've seen parts of it, and it just didn't sell me enough.
Because I'm surprised that you say that, because the choreography here, dude, like, this shit looks fucking badass.
I need your
Let me see,
permission.
I'll leave this here for a second.
I guess, yeah, let's just wait for the rabbit to kind of catch up. No, that's like, it's okay.
I'm really
that's
surprised.
kinda cool.
I thought you would really like this, man, but it's all good in the hood, folks. So,
Squad.
with that said, though, once again, people, Saturday's gonna be a great day for us to be doing that. But we're, fuck Saturday right now, because we're doing tonight. And tonight, Mr. Gotcha Guru, people come onto the show and hang out with us and everything too. Damn, feeling that shit. Someone got a little smoking.
Oh, running that shit. Bring on the rules,
stir
baby.
me some rules.
Like rule
Camels,
number one, y'all. Newcomers trying to call first. You want to get in this bump and grind? Please hit us up in the DMs, PMs, or any inbox you can find that has our name on it, and we will give you the link, not us. I'm fucking up. But guys, please let the newcomers know we want to see those new fresh smell faces when people are hopping off for the first time. So newcomers join the call first. Rule number two: do not talk over each other. This is a planned show, includes no audio problems. Nick, stop it, because it ruins people who want to watch the show later or maybe even listen to it. You don't know, so please do not talk over each other. Rule number three: please no nudity. This is a staple of very clean internet, and we are very, very clean boys, and we like to stay that way. So keep all that nastiness within yourself. Don't share it with us until the after hours. Rule number four: do not give anyone else the link. We have another good planned show coming up for y'all. So if you hand out the link to anyone we're not ready for this conversation or discussion, you're gone, and so is the dumbass that clicked it. Rule number five: read the rules, and alley girls are here, so drop it on me.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to do it for once. I apologize.
Well, fine.
Go and see the thing one more time. Go
You
ahead.
ruined our bit.
I know. I know. Bird's like, oh fuck it, I'm out of here. He wants to steal our fucking show. I don't give a fuck. But anyways, really quick, I just want to come up here just to respond, because I don't want you guys thinking I dodged these particular comments. But Ruthless over here says something about me and Sammy getting together for the high score. Yeah, Nick Diaz, Sammy Gonzalez, and here's long beef to host a new high score show on Double Toasted. For one, I have no beef against Sammy. It's just he fucking sucks. And no, I would not end that beef. So I love you. Thank you, Ruthless. But moving on, it's time to talk about a different kind of beef. Someone who loves beef.
Are you gonna host the show with him?
Wait, what'd you say?
So are you gonna host the show with him? That didn't really answer the question.
Oh no, absolutely not. No, actually, if you want to see me talk about video games and whatnot too, and do it with Double Toasted, check out the Twitch stream. I know I'm not really supposed to be advertising that too much, because Corey's still working on the official streams and things like that too. But check them out as well. And honestly, I'm not saying this because it's just me loving our own shit, but honestly, a real gaming show. Yo, Friday, Ganja Guru got this big time. My boy Alan got this big time. We try our best to get involved with you guys as you guys watch the show as well too. So yeah, definitely check that out. Fridays. Speaking of that, do you have any announcements for Friday?
Right now for Friday, we're gonna be doing probably a Fallout game. We haven't decided on which one, because Alan's leaving it up to me. I'm trying to figure out which one will give you all the most action or the most sense of what the Fallout games are about. So I'm thinking either Fallout 2, because that kind of starts off really early. They send you out to the desert, go kill stuff, show off the game mechanics, and just nostalgia trip about like, oh my god, they don't make us suffer through this gameplay anymore. Or we might move to like New Vegas, so we can show off some of the stuff that they're like, hey, this is what a Fallout game should be like. And I'm hoping they bring this back up with the new one, because that's basically what they did with Fallout 3. They showed a generic one, and they went to a hardcore RPG with New Vegas. So I'm hoping they do that with 76. So with that, we're doing a Fallout show. No game yet, but make sure to check us out 7:30 on Friday.
Yeah, and then if something happens and it doesn't work out too, I mean, we'll always ask you guys, hey, what do you guys feel like watching, etc. And we always have a blast anyways. I mean, that's one of our most casual hanging out fucking. I mean, if you guys like the pre-show tonight, that's basically what Fridays are. It's really fun. But anyways, moving on from that though, talking about people having fun on that Twitter, talking some shit, saying some racist things, man. And Alan, look, I don't know, and maybe I'm wrong. I always say this about you and everything. I'm like, hey man, you're the one who hates this, hates that. I'm pretty sure you don't like Roseanne, right?
I have no feelings one way or another. It's just when I talked about this on Facebook, and some people probably like thinking I was siding with her, which I'm not, because I think she's fucking stupid. I just don't like how one person's comment or one person's actions cancels a whole fucking show. Because I was pissed about this with the Kevin Spacey and House of Cards getting canceled. But this, I have never seen someone's career implode so fast, so quickly, and all by their fucking selves. Because everyone knows that the tweets that she sent it out, that she's basically comparing one of the aides to
Valerie Jarrett, Obama's former aide or whatever. She's saying that she's a cross between the Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. And then immediately responded with Muslims aren't a race.
Oh no, Islam, and she said Islam's not a race.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because plus we have to be really careful about how we say this too, because some people will be like, well, you said this, but you fucking actually meant to say this, and that's not right. Blah, blah, blah. You know, whole fucking thing. I mean, I remember like people were not liking both what I said and then as well as what Double Tosa said last week for the Morgan Freeman stuff. So it's like I'm scared when it comes to topics like this, especially when it comes to race too, because there's so much sensitivity out there. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that's bad to make fun of people or to say certain things, but it's like this is one case though where I will say I was watching Roseanne season fucking 10. It was great.
Yeah.
I loved it. The thing is though, when I was watching it, there was episodes where no one really decided to talk about it. Maybe you saw something, or maybe Ganja saw something, but like,
well, me and Nick were not me and Nick. you were watching it by yourself, but me and Trey were actually watching, the host of the Ringside Hangouts, and there were some questionable jokes in there. Like, if you really want to blow out of proportion, but I'm surprised this is what broke it.
yeah, and that's the thing. Is like this is adding context to that situation, because I'm pretty sure ABC, being part of Disney, etc., they're probably thinking like, okay, you know what? Do not say certain things. Do not do certain shows a certain way, because people will say what the fuck. And granted, Roseanne got away with it because she's so crazy. You know, it's like,
Right.
oh, Roseanne always does this shit. I mean, national anthem, she
It's
sang
like,
terribly.
Andy Dick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or what's her face? Kathy Griffin, the girl who
Yeah.
cut off Donald Trump's head or whatever the fuck. That whole thing. Not for real, people. but. But like with this whole Roseanne thing, it's almost like, yeah, like there was an episode where she, you know, makes fun of Muslims, saying that they're dangerous, things like that, and that was okay. You know, it was like people were talking about it on social media for a little bit. It went away, and I'm like, that's a red herring. That's one of the situations where it's like, I know that you're about to do some bad shit, and like Alan, you're saying, oh, well, this happened out of nowhere. That's not fair. This, you know, blah blah blah. This was a buildup. I think this was a buildup for every single episode she did on the new Roseanne.
I got a theory on it actually, Nick, because me and you watched the show. And I know there's probably a few people in here that's seen the show within the chat or seen a couple episodes just to see what the blood was. But like, I don't know if you caught this, but like, she was kind of playing how she is in real life, but she had all these extra characters, and mainly the daughter character and the teenager, that was clashing with her fucked up ideologies and stuff. Mm-hmm. That was basically trying to correct her. So the show wasn't really promoting her racism. If anything, the show was trying to say, hey, that's what it's like when you live with an ignorant person. You're not really supposed to think like that. We're actually making fun of her. And these people are trying to correct her path. And how she thinks, like the whole plot line of her telling her daughter what to do with her body about a child. Like, that was a big context about that. But the problem with that is when Roseanne's by herself on Twitter, there's no one to call her out on that.
Yeah, man. And oh, go ahead, Alan.
I was gonna say, and I get that because, like, again, one of the episodes I just saw randomly show the shows was like, yeah, you know, they canceled the show Blackish, but they'll let Roseanne have a show where she's concerned her Muslim neighbors are terrorists, and it's like, yeah, I get that, and obviously someone that is Muslim, like, obviously that makes me feel bad and rubs me the wrong way. But at the end of it, it's a television show, so I'm not gonna sit there and judge the context of an entire fucking series based on one random tweet. But when you start going on social media, that's a completely different situation, to the extent where some of her fucking co-hosts were like, yeah, she's fucking crazy, what the hell, like this bitch got her fucking show canceled. There's like fucking 40-50 people that don't have a paycheck now. But something that bothers me, again, it's ABC, and honestly, ABC is the fucking worst. My entire thing is ABC fucking sucks. They cancel shows all the goddamn time. Like, they were probably just looking for a reason to fucking cancel the show, because that's all they do. All they do is fucking cancel shit. So it's like, oh great, she said something weird shit. Good thing she said that, because we're ready to cancel this shit.
Well, my thing is, like, I'm surprised everything blown up with this, because she's made on the show itself. She made like the jab at Off the Boat, which is the show about I forget the actor's name, but it's his life basically coming from California and his parents being immigrants. And then you have Blackish, where the joke is just straight out like, oh, we missed the show with the Black and Asian people on, and Roseanne turns on the show, oh, they're just like us. That's it.
Yeah, by the way, too, Ruthless, I was about to, because I was kind of confused, like, wait, what? But Ruthless said, no, Grownish was canceled, not Blackish. Blackish.
Okay.
Because Blackish is one of those shows that's actually very, very popular. That's actually getting a lot
They
of
canceled an
people.
episode.
I thought I heard
They canceled an episode. That's what you're thinking of.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, like, yeah, like Roseanne makes, you know, references to these shows and everything like that too. I mean, they're probably making fun of this other show that has a bunch of Mexicans in it too. Like, what's it, Fresh Out the Fence, or what's it called? Oh, Fresh Out the Boat.
What'd you say? I missed the last part. It's got to laugh. Anyway, Ganja's gone, so Lord, apparently it's down to me. I'm running this show now. So the second part of this, as a bunch of people are now bringing up, is the funniest tweet I think I've ever read in my entire life. So because she's constantly nailing fucking, you know, nails into her own coffin, she decides, instead of apologizing further, she's gonna blame the sleeping pills that she was taking, Ambien. I think it was a specific brand called Saturol or Seranol. I'm sure the chat will correct me. But my favorite thing in the world is the company that was making the pharmaceuticals tweeted back going, "Hey, our thing have a lot of side effects, but making you racist is not one of them."
Oh my god, I
Like,
love that meme.
how bad are you at life that a pharmaceutical company is talking shit to you? Like,
I
how
love their
bad do you
defense,
fuck
though.
up in life?
I love their defense because even on Ruthless's Facebook page, I had to put it down. Hey man, we don't make people racist, but we will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Just like God intended.
I'm sorry.
Off the fence.
By the way,
Fresh-
fresh off the boat. I
fresh
mean, it's
off-
just as racist, y'all. I mean, come on. Like, okay.
Hey, fresh off the boat, that doesn't specifically mean Mexican. That could be anybody.
But they're
Fresh off the
Mexicans,
fence.
though. Like, aren't they Puerto Ricans or something?
No, they're not. I think they're
Fuck.
Y'all suck at this. Good thing we don't have a Twitter, or this show would be off the air.
That's why I like to talk about this shit. Can we talk about Transformers again? Goddamn.
I don't know. I'm sure we can find a Transformer story. Yeah,
I'm trying
Centipede.
to
Yeah.
talk right now. You just fucked me up.
I'll just wait.
No, and the thing is, like, I like that everyone's getting on Roseanne's ass because this was a fuck. I mean, she compared black people to monkeys like that. You don't get
Not even the first time.
you don't get classic racism like that anymore. That's like some old fucking early 19th century racism. That's like your grandma's racism, like straight from the vintage box. So like, I am happy that she's not getting away with this shit because this ain't no like sly comment like the off the boat joke or the fucking Blackish joke where it's like, oh, they're probably just doing friendly jazz because they're on the same network. Get it? But no, this was obviously some racial shit, and she's just getting more and more crazy as times go. And my thing with her is, I get where she's coming from in the terms of comedy. You don't want to go out there and do all the crazy shit, but you got to handle the backlash for that. And two, this wasn't comedy. This was just straight up insult. There was no punchline. There was no joke. There was no har. This was straight up a racial insult.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with anything, too. I mean, it'd be one thing if she's like, okay, this is my response to whatever the situation going on social media, whatever the case may be. But it wasn't. It was just like, you know what? I feel like being racist today. I think I'm just going to go on Twitter and just say some fucking messed up shit.
You know what pisses me off?
So at this point, I'm just kind of like, look, the people from Roseanne, there's a few people that might be like, oh shit, well now we don't got nothing. You know what I mean? Now we don't got no shows. But John Goodman,
Right.
and to bring up Transformers, like I said earlier, John Goodman has Transformers. He could just go on there and be one of the fucking robots. He's the big robot with the Gatling guns. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, he's in. I was like, I don't remember him being in that. I know
Yeah,
he's in King
there
Kong,
since the third one. And I think God, didn't he die in the last one? I can't remember in the last
Yeah.
night. Fuck it well. But the thing is, John Goodman is gonna find work. I mean, maybe Cloverfield 4 might have him because he's. Who knows if he's dead or not because of Paradox or
It's
whatever
just
the fuck.
upsetting because it's like the House of Cards thing where it's like, I get that you can't do a show called Roseanne without somebody named Roseanne, but it's why does the whole cast have to suffer? Why, like, there's like what 50, 60 people that help run a television show? All of them just lost their checks because of one idiot? Like,
Well,
man,
not only that, like the cast was really fucking good. I don't know if it's because this was a chance for them to bring their careers back, but they were kind of asking their ass off in every episode. Like they were great as Roseanne. So honestly, like I talked to my dad earlier about this, and we kind of agreed on this. I think within the show, she has a surgery coming up, and she's an older lady within the show's context as well. So they could easily kill her off within the surgery and have the show called Dan and continue with everyone else. Because honestly, him as an older father character, from being this real hard ass from the 90s to now he's kind of like this soft grandpa that remembers all his past mistakes and trying to be a hard ass and learning from it. And actually trying to do a blend between the two different generations is actually working better than actual Roseanne, the character, doing it.
Well, why don't they just call it the Connors? You know, and then like
That
maybe,
too.
or they call it without Roseanne.
yeah, you had
That's
like
how you
Roseanne come up and. And
Well,
just
because the
have,
problem
slowly
is
the
it's
words
hard
come
to
up
do
with
that because like the show is called after that character. You can't rename the show because obviously like I'm sure a lot of the fans don't want to watch something that's called Roseanne anymore because of the issues. But if you rename it to something else, it's gonna get people that are confused because like not everyone's like us where we'll research this shit. Some people just are waiting for the time slot and it's like, wait, what do you mean? What the hell's Dan? It might be a situation where they might lose a lot of ratings or get canceled anyway.
And this isn't the first time that she said shit and everything too. I mean, people get over things like, and it's almost to a point where it's like I'm sick of people getting over shit so fast. But this could be a situation too where do like what you said, Alan, without Roseanne for maybe 2 seasons. That may take 2 years to fucking film, 2.5 or whatever. And people might be like, you know what? Have Roseanne come back. Maybe don't kill her off, but maybe she left. You know, and she's like, I'm fucking crazy. Fuck you, Dan, and she leaves. You know, Dan likes black people. Ah, you know, something. You know, maybe she's scared of the Muslims and she takes off. But It's just, yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. I love the show, and it sucks because I already said I liked the show before this shit happened. So now that this context is there, it's like, okay, I feel like a piece of shit because I like the show now. I can't actually go back and watch the show and be like, oh, that's a funny joke, because now with this context, it looks fucking racist. There's a black kid on the show where the mom is gone. And it's a black mom, but it's a black kid, and every time the kid walks into the room where they're trying to eat dinner and do that fucking intro, like, dun, 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 everyone's laughing. The whole room stops when the black kid's in the room. And everyone, it's like a kind of like a nod, like, isn't this weird that there's only one black person in the show? And it's like, you know, and that happens a lot, dude. Same thing with this little kid that's wearing girl clothes. I mean, it's like, honestly, a lot of this is like homophobic shit. Like, you know, Roseanne and Dan look at each other like, God, look at this fucking little gay ass
Yeah,
kid.
that's the thing though. But like in the show, I don't know if it's the writers don't let her have any control except for what she says as a comedic tone. But like the whole episode around it is like, no, the kid should be able to dress like he's like. Yeah, he might deal with some social issues, but that's who he should be. Like that's his life is going to be like, and if he wants to be who he is, he's going to have to deal with that problem. And the show kind of like, that's why I don't think you should just throw the show out because Roseanne's a terrible fucking person. Because the show tries to keep her in check with that shit as a character, and now we're realizing as a person. So the show's never like celebrating her. It's like Archie Bunker. Yeah, he's a racist, but everybody around him's calling him a fucking racist and knows it too. So we can laugh at him because he's a fucking idiot, and everyone else around him knows he's an idiot. Whereas now you have people like, I think the most people that I hate the most, besides the ones that are anti-Roseanne without watching the show or having context to it, are the ones that are now blindly supporting her. Because they are like, oh, they're taking off a Republican show. They're taking off, you know, conservative shit. Meanwhile, the show is very liberal and progressive when you actually fucking watch it. Like, its whole idea of accepting a kid that likes to dress like a girl is not nowhere near the Republican eye line.
Yeah, and I like how Wanda Sykes left, by the way. I like Ruthless. You're right on the money, man. Ruthless is always like pretty quick with all this stuff that he brings up that you're about to bring up. But like, Wanda Sykes quit the show right before the show was canceled. And she's like, I'm not gonna have my job lost from this bitch. Yeah. I'm gonna let you guys.
I'll leave my stuff. You can't fire me. I quit.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. And she was smart to know that, man, I got 2 hours to do this shit. I quit, motherfucker. So, I mean, I thought that was funny, too. And the whole thing they were talking about this as well, I don't think we brought it up a whole lot yet, but, like, the whole idea of blaming it on fucking pills. That's one thing that's ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? Like, we were talking earlier today, talking about, like, man, so I guess I had to add that into the advertisements for Ambien. You know what I mean? Like, check with your doctor. If you have shortness of breath, if you start putting out racist tweets, like, you know, it's one of the situations where... I mean, even Jackson in the chat, he's like, yeah, I'm on Ambien. I guess the racism kicks off after I fall asleep. Like, you know.
don't tweet while you're half awake, man.
This is something, we had this conversation off air, and y'all were telling me a while ago, and it's like a drunk man says what a sober man thinks. Man, that's what the pills were doing, man. She's just saying that shit. She probably did she probably did voice it because she was on it, but it didn't just magically appear. She's just always thinking that shit, but then she just got really high one night and said fuck it.
Yeah, but I don't know, people. We'll see what happens next. Hopefully everything is good and they have a new show to kind of come up with this. I know Netflix is gonna put out a tweet as well saying like, hey, you guys, did you see that shit?
Yeah, it was like there's another show. Yo, you want a show that's like Roseanne? Like they didn't say it like Roseanne, but they kind of described the premise of Roseanne. Yo, we got you.
Yeah, we got you. Just go to Netflix and check out this one show. And you know, I'm not even gonna try to name the show because earlier I said an Asian show about Mexicans.
Oh, was that the show you were referencing?
No, it wasn't. I was fucking up and I completely said the wrong shit. Like
Off the Fence, an MCA product.
No, don't do that. Please, someone, do not meme that shit. Even though that kind of says yes because I'm.
It's not like you know anybody that constantly makes edits of your.
Exactly. No, but moving on. This is something that we can't talk about too long because obviously you guys gotta go watch a Double Toast and everything like that too. But I will say, we might get in a fight. Alan hates Spawn because he's a fucking hipster. And yeah, get the fuck out of here. I hate you. Because
no, you know what? I'm staying right here.
Yeah, motherfucker, let's go. No, because the thing is, I cannot stand. Well, he got pixelated shit.
Yeah, my camera's trying to focus. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I know, it's just like you, just trying to focus. You know, it's multitasking.
Fuck you, fuck you, you motherfucker. Hey, I'm glad your fucking 15-year-old reboot's gonna happen. I can't wait for it to fail.
No, it's not gonna fail because it's fucking Spawn, and it didn't fail back then either. Why you keep thinking that Spawn was not cared for? Every time something happens with Spawn, you're always like,
I'm just gonna sit here and just enjoy the show.
Because again, it's one of the. It came out. It was PG-13. It was generally like fucking laughed at in negative reviews. Even if it managed to make back its fucking money, nobody gave a fuck about it.
That's bad. Oh, that's bad, bro.
Oh, fuck you. It's not advertising Sprite, bitch.
Like, I'm sorry, man, but, like, I couldn't care less. Like, why not just get Michael J. White back? He's still young. He can still do the role. Bring him back and just say it's the same shit and have him scream Wanda for 2 hours. You got a movie. Like, I'm sorry. Like, yes, this is finally confirmation that Seth MacFarlane, Todd McFarlane, whatever the fuck his name is, the other 50 McFarlanes in Hollywood. Yes, it actually means that they're gonna get this off the ground. It'll actually be a movie in the next year or two. I don't fucking care, man. I couldn't care less.
Because the thing is, like, listen, man.
I look like a
I know
Pop-Tart.
this looks bad. Well, this looks bad now. It really does. I agree. But it's like people keep talking about, like, oh, man, look at all this cool shit that Black Panther did, and look at Deadpool being rated R and Logan, and blah, blah, blah. This had the balls that it took 20 years for Marvel to fucking learn to grow. You know what I mean? Like, this had...
Just because you did it first doesn't mean you did it good.
True, but they also did certain things good. This was a movie that was able to fit the ridiculous shit from a comic book that was completely out of his fucking mind, to the point where, I mean, there was parts where Spawn literally was like, you know, I can't remember half the shit that they happened, but there was like lots of weird sex scenes. There was a lot of fucking like, he had all these crazy gadgets that you would never fit in his fucking like arsenal or his armor or whatever the fuck. It was ridiculous, but they found a way to do it in this fucking movie, and it made sense. It was so big. Like, you think it's not a real big deal, but like they made a video game, like 2 video games actually. They came up with a lot more comic books. They had a fucking cartoon series. Like, this was a big deal. And
a lot of those did not pan out. The video games were either underappreciated or just like negatively rated. Like, you keep saying that it had all those stuff, but they were never enough to keep this thing afloat to the extent where people forgot about it for like 10 fucking years.
I think it was one of those situations where it could be easily financed or more easily financed. This would have happened a lot more often. You gotta realize that there was a lot of CG. There's a lot of a lot of actual what do you call it, practical effects. There's a lot of stuff actually happening that costs a lot of money. Not to mention licensing.
Dude, if they made 5 Punisher movies, they could make a few more Spawn movies if anybody.
I'm telling you, the one scene where Spawn gets a cape and then flies out the building and goes from building to building, fighting off an entire police force, costs more money than the first 2 Punisher movies.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure. Obviously, it's expensive, but at the end of it, if there is a market for it, people will spend the fucking money. They made 4 fucking Batman movies with ridiculously large sets because the money was there. Not saying Spawn has to be Batman. I'm just saying that there is not as much. It's one of those things where you think it's the most popular thing because you're currently in there. It's like people that are fans of Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is not a big series, but the people in it love the fuck out of it. The thing is, Spawn, on the other hand, stayed quiet for 10 fucking years. They made 2 Ghost Rider movies, for fuck's sake. Nobody gives a fuck about Ghost Rider, and they made 2 of those, and both of them sucked. But
the
point is
to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it became a big deal again. But I mean, I'll let you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he became a big deal in the Shield, but like for half a season, and that was a situation where it's like, I was like, yeah, people were kind of excited, mostly I think because they decided to recast and not have Nick Cage as there, and they were giving it a different, even though it's the same character, it's a different person inheriting the powers, so they gave a chance for more diversity. But as far as the end of it, that's kind of the end of the story because it's really just it wasn't that well done in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But with Spawn, it's just there was not enough groundswell. He was just one of those characters that's the epitome of the '90s of dark cape. He's in the alley. He's some weird demon of hell. If you had a superhero of the '90s, it's Spawn. That's why he never went fucking past it because no one ever wanted to do anything with it because there's not enough groundswell to make it work.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I'll tell you this because I can argue all day about this, and I disagree with you. I'll agree to disagree, but at the same time, I will say like, okay, you do make your point. The thing is, people in the chat are actually asking, and Mr. Ganja Guru over here, Mr. All Quiet, just watching this fucking fight, asked the question like, "Are we gonna get a John Leguizamo cameo?" And
I was hoping that sneak through.
What'd you say?
I was hoping that sneak through.
But the thing is, as much as that's a good question, I actually have a better question than that. Are we gonna get this character again? Yes, the cheerleader song. I want to see. I want to see John Leguizamo actually play the song again as the clown.
You're defending this?
Yes.
Fuck you!
No, that's a
look at that shit. That's some shit on Joel Schumacher's Batman.
That was amazing.
No!
Spawny, he's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can go Spawny.
I don't know what's best, you denying reality, Nick, or how high-pitched this motherfucker's getting in response.
I'm bad, too, because this motherfucker yells at me for all sorts of shit about, like, oh, man, like, we literally just had to think about the end of Infinity War is exactly the same as the ending of the Day There Still. This motherfucker shows some dancing fucking clown. Like, in the weirdest outfit, like he's a Power Ranger villain, and you were mad at me?
Do you like Batman, and do you like the Christopher Nolan Batman, and do you like the Jack Nicholson Joker? From 1989 Tim Burton.
Jack Nicholson Joker, he a bit too cartoony for me.
Okay, but you like the Joker from Dark Knight?
Of course I fucking love the Joker for the Dark Knight.
tell me, especially Jack Nicholson, but you
Oh.
just said that you don't like that, so I won't get on you about that.
Yeah,
But this
in the
right
middle.
here, he's a clown and he dances. Jack Nicholson does this all throughout that fucking movie. This is only 16 seconds long. As a matter
Look
of
at
fact,
how stupid that is. That is fucking ridiculously dumb in a movie that's supposed to be, dark and demony. Where when you see the fucking Batman, the one with Jack Nicholson in it, it's one of those things where you see him being brutal, and it's not so much terrifying in a sense. It's disturbing. That was laughable. You are laughing and trying to hold that shit in. Don't you dare compare that
I'm
shit.
not trying to hold in shit. That was amazing.
Bullshit.
In the mighty words of John Leguizamo, Spawny, he's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can go Spawny.
Oh God, I hate you.
Okay.
I love
well, thanks for
I love
thanks
it.
for losing the argument for me.
Oh man, well fuck. I know God doesn't have a dog in this
Right.
fight, but the dog. that he
None
has-
whatsoever. I enjoyed the movie as a kid, but I'm not gonna try to say it was the greatest film ever.
Yeah, I don't have my back, bitch. But moving on.
Because he'll
Learned.
betray him in
I learned well.
The thing I have to bring up really quick too is the fact that E3 once again, and I forgot which one of you motherfuckers said, "Oh, I don't like E3. It's so stupid. What's the point of that shit?" Was that you, Ganja?
You damn right it was me. Fuck
Yeah,
the
that.
one
right.
making the fucking dick motion, yeah.
Damn
Yeah.
right, dick motion. All fucking 2 dicks, bitch.
No, damn, Ganja wants all the dicks. Put them in my face. No.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Here's the thing.
I would do that, but I don't want that meme out there.
You were saying there was no point in E3. You're not excited about E3. You're being a fucking bitch about E3 during the video game show. People, by the way, for the video game show, go ahead and check us out on Friday. Ganja runs that shit without me. He has Alan over there. They do lots of great stuff with the video
You
game
can tell
show.
on the quality.
Yes, high quality content, but on top of high quality content, it's low quality fucking
It's a
opinions because
fantastic
this dude got in a fight with Alan talking about fucking E3, and he was wrong as shit. Jet was there as well, and Jet was also very fucking wrong, talking about like, oh, it doesn't matter, it's no point in it. But then she likes fucking Super Smash Brothers. Like, yeah, it's a ridiculous shit. But aside from that, though, Ganja, can you reiterate? Because I'm saying a lot of shit about you, but I could be wrong. I mean, am I right for everything I just said, basically?
No, my thing with E3 is I think it's a waste of time in the terms of it's almost becoming on Comic-Con. Yeah, there might be a whole thing about it, but the whole idea of video games is more interactive than movies and comics. Like, you actually play them, you can actually live through the experience, you can try out new console stuff. And lately, E3 every year starts lowering that less and less till you have to buy these outrageous badges to even chance to participate in these lines. Or you stand in line and wait for these theme halls like they do in Comic-Con. And when they do get released, but in the next 3 seconds, they're on YouTube with high quality. Like someone just had a fucking professional viewing camera snuck in there to film it. So all the real hype only comes from the experience of it. And I get when y'all say it's like concerts and the DT event. The problem with that is the concerts and DT event is so much more interactive that I feel like this is just trailers the convention.
Yeah, I mean, and I see your point too, but at the same time, I do feel like when you're over there hanging out with people that are just like you and you guys are enjoying the same thing, and sometimes you can even play the video game as well before anybody else can. You don't have to spend $60 to get this game. Granted, I know what Jeremy's going to be. Yeah, you guys spend $100 to sit there for 6 fucking hours, but at the same time, conventions are fun. I mean, and by the way, too, on top of either, though, you need to have some kind of platform to know these we're going to have our announcements. You can't just do them randomly.
Exactly. That's always been my point as well. It's like you go there for the the experience of seeing this stuff. You're not even necessarily seeing it first, but just knowing that it's there. It's the climate. You can feel it in the air. My dream is to go there one day, and I really wish I was there last year when they did Beyond Good and Evil 2. I would have fucking lost my shit being anywhere there. And with this stuff, it's like, okay, this stuff is like, okay, this kind of makes me think, okay, there is going to be something worth my time at E3, because sometimes you're not sure. But with some of this stuff, it's like, I don't want to know everything that's going to be at E3, but just show me enough to give me 2 or 3 things where it's like, okay, now I know to check out the Bethesda press conference. There is going to be something, unlike last year, which was a colossal waste of everyone's fucking time. This one will actually be worth something.
Yeah, and here's the thing about this. Now, I built up a lot of stuff, and by the way, I know what I'm doing, folks, in the sense of I know I'm building something up, and I know people go oh, you say this, Nick, and then something happens, and you look like an asshole when you say the complete opposite, because at this point, at this time, as far as Bethesda goes, Ganja was right. Because the reasoning why, man, this shit over here, this Fallout 76 is the exact same fucking trailer since Fallout 3. It's the same.
That's the point, though.
Thing.
These things are teasers to show that they exist. They did this for Fallout 3. They did this for Fallout 4. It's to show that the game exists. So the teaser being the same is kind of basically they've been doing that. That's not just something they just came up with every year randomly. That's what they do. With Fallout, when Fallout 4 came out, when Fallout 4 was announced, it was basically the same kind of thing. They showed, a different, they showed a different vault and different thing, but they basically said like this game exists, and that's something people were wanting to know. So we got a confirmation of some elements, and people start kind of picking it apart because there's stuff in there, and they're like, hey, more at E3, which is in like less than like a week, that they're like maybe less than 2 weeks, that they're going to show what you actually want to see there. And from when they showed Fallout 4 a couple of years ago, it was like a 10-minute like here's everything you need to see about the game, all in-game footage. So it's like this is par for the course. So this is what you expect from Bethesda.
Now here's the thing though. And that's cool, and I can't wait to see the gameplay. But one thing came out too is that they're using the exact same engine. This game is not going to look a lot more different than Fallout 4, which is another situation where I'm like, motherfucker, that Fallout fucking where the fuck I clicked the wrong thing there.
Yeah,
Fallout 4
and I get what you mean.
Let down like a son of a bitch, man. And like you really can't do something graphically better. I mean, dude, like come on, like. The same suit and everything too. That was a ridiculous ass suit. I mean, I feel like
it's a vault tech suit. It's supposed to be kind of a jumper. It's supposed to look like a yoga suit. But the thing is,
it's a trademark already with it's iconic, I guess.
Yeah, and the thing is, I get what people are thinking. They're like, "Oh man, same engine." But do you know how? Like, people don't like really understand what an engine is. An engine isn't just graphics. An engine is the whole game running. Yes, visuals are the part of that people know more often than normal. But when I hear it's the same engine, it's because they're basically going to master how everything else is. Because the thing about Fallout is Fallout's never really been about graphics. You look at Fallout 3, it's like, yeah, the graphics are okay, but it's very kind of, it's very edgy. Everything's edgy. Fallout 4 looks really fucking good. Like, it looks really, really good. So if you get Fallout 4's graphics, but then you expand the world, you make the map bigger, you do more details, because a lot about Fallout is a living, breathing world. So they have a lot of situations where there's a lot of AI running around with the bandits. There's a lot of different missions for different places that interact and change the environment and level. So them staying on the same engine means they're basically like what GTA did with GTA 5, where it's a similar engine to 4, but they basically were able to expand it and work within it to make GTA 5. So this to me is what it's going to be. It's going to be 4, but to an incredible extent, because a lot of the things that's happening right now with video games and their budgets is they're like, we got to make it pretty, and that balloons their budgets, and they often fail because of that. Where this situation is like, okay, guys, we're going to keep it the same engine. It's going to look better lighting because of better technology and be able to make the engine work better, but it's also going to be more expansive and more detailed as far as in-game assets than ever before. So they're working better within the engine to make a better experience.
Yeah, and now it's time for my boy Ganja. What are you feeling about this, and how excited are you that I finally said you're right about something?
I'm excited for the only thing I'm excited for is Fallout, and honestly, they didn't release that with E3. This is a teaser that's coming out. They're going to show gameplay like they did during the last time they were pre-teasing a Fallout series. Yeah. So even then, it's like, yeah, this isn't really E3 responded, but as the IP itself, Fallout, I am very excited. I do hate Fallout 4 with a fucking passion. Mm-hmm. I came around when I played it with all the bugs fixed 4 years fucking later. Fuck me. But it was actually a really good game, and I played some walkthroughs that I didn't experience my first time. Mostly because the game killed itself, but I still got to enjoy myself the second time around. I know I'm hoping for too much, but I'm hoping for a less buggy Fallout game. I know, Alan. I know.
Look, this is Bethesda, the only company in which not only people are okay with the bugs, they actively enjoy them.
Alan, I know. It hurts. It hurts me. I get this, but I'm hoping it's not a survival thing like Ruthless is saying. Some online MMORPG ARC bullshit. Because I hate when they do that. If they're going to do an MMO, don't make it part of the canonical systems. I hate what they did with Star Wars The Old Republic, because that required me to fucking do all this bullshit mining for stuff, XP for no reason, because I had to go to the next level because I don't want to bullshit with the fucking lag system. But, like, honestly, when they do this, Skyrim. Do you remember what they did with Skyrim for online? Don't do that.
Oh, don't tell me about Elder Scrolls Online.
They did Elder Scrolls Online.
I still have it.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do that shit. Don't do that.
The only reason I still have it is because my friend bought it. I don't like trading in a gift.
I'm hoping what this is what I don't remember if you remember what they did earlier, if you even know what the thing with Fallout. But Fallout, what happened was Fallout 3 came out, and then 2-3 years later they developed Fallout New Vegas, which is a more superior product in my mind. Alan disagrees because all bugs and shit. I disagree because in terms of Fallout game, it is a great fucking Fallout game. It has callbacks to the original series. It made me feel within the universe again, and everything. My choices matter, and very long extended dialogue trees that actually make my choices feel like I was conversating with the AI characters. But with this, the Fallout 4, that shit just went straight to the most basics of basic. That was a dronema for or by consensus as far as I'm concerned. So I'm hoping now, because they had a chance to fucking work around it with Fallout 4, that we get an actual better system around when it comes to Fallout 76.
And if that doesn't work out for you people, you can always just check out Pokemon. This shit over here, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is that the Pokemon Go thing they're adding, or is it the new Pokemon game? Oh yeah, no, it's Pokemon Go stuff.
Well, no. Actually, here's the thing. I'll explain it. It's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which is the two, like, yellow, red, blue, the whole fucking thing.
Right.
But the thing is, what they're going to be doing basically is, as you play Pokemon, which it's going to be a regular game, and it looks fucking awesome. It's basically the first generation doing the whole thing again. But also, you'll be able to have cross-platform with Pokemon Go. So when you catch Pokemon, from there you can send them over to your Switch game, or I think it's vice versa. I'm not entirely sure about that. People, sorry, don't know.
Like the whole back in the day with the fucking connecting cords.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck she's doing. Damn, what's going on? This is a sexual version.
That's probably the connector. They probably want to have some gimmick where they have an actual, instead of a Wi-Fi thing, just to make it more kid-friendly, they probably want some version of a connector. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It makes sure that they're basically like, hey, we're going to keep, both platforms alive, or make sure the Pokemon Go players aren't forgotten, and to make sure the Switch players can actually play the game as well, and also benefit from having both. Because there's sometimes people like, I don't want to bring my Switch out, it's charging. Hey, let me bring my phone out, do a few things, transfer. It's like taking your save game with you. That's their whole thing, if they want to make it as mobile friendly as possible. So yeah, it makes sense. I couldn't care fucking less because I'm never going to play Pokemon Go because I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. But I could see a lot of like, okay, this makes a lot of sense, and I think a lot of people are going to be happy with this.
Yeah, but yeah, Mr. Ganja Guru, I know you're probably gone right now. Oh, there you are. There's my baby. I saw your avatar show up.
I was blowing my nose.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta do that soon too. I'm fucking sick. But here's the thing, though. As I let these boogers run down my mustache and in my throat, going, yummy.
You don't have a mustache. Don't lie to us.
I have. Motherfucker, you saw me. I have a mustache.
He's got more facial hair than me.
Yeah.
That's not saying much.
Yeah, you have more. Yeah, you have as much facial hair as a baby's ass, dude.
Smooth here saying he has more. Yeah, he has 3 hairs.
I have fucking this fucking pussy hair.
Yeah, he looks like you shaved it off a dog.
Yeah, that shit is embarrassing. You
Yeah,
gotta get rid of that shit.
Dude, I think I'm missing a few hairs. I was wondering where they went.
I've just been lazy to fucking cut it, and honestly, it separates the chin from the fat.
Actually, I use that too. Honestly, that helps.
Motherfucker.
No, because the thing is, like, when I have like a long beard thing, it's like, oh, his face is normal, and then I shave it off. It's like, oh fuck, shit, it's like all fucked up. Anyways, moving on.
I got more cheese
anyway.
on my ass. Holy shit. No, but what I was gonna say is I'm really interested in it, honestly. Like, you were showing the gameplay, and that kind of reminds me of the old Pokemon stadiums, and I remember sneaking hours into that fucking game.
Yeah, I love those games.
And if it's going to be doing that same kind of idea, like, hey, go out in the world, explore with your friends, go catch Pokemon, go maybe kiss a girl, and come back and play at home and enjoy your stuff that you live and have all the memories of being outside. Honestly, I think, especially for little kids, especially for little kids nowadays, I got to find a reason to go outside. It's not like back in our day where, okay, I played my 2 Xbox games. My parents ain't buying me one for another 4 months. So, hey, Bob, how you doing? And you'll go run around playing fucking Manhunt or some shit like that. So this is a great way to have the two simultaneously be done. My question is, are they bringing battle mode and making it more easier on the phone?
Because they are trying to
this is on the Switch. That's the cool thing about it.
Yeah, but I get that. But like, if you want to go play, let's say, like Alan said, your Switch is charged and you got your cell phone, and you want to go with your friends somewhere far and not have to worry about the Wi-Fi connection. Is there a way that you can play the battle modes maybe on a smaller version, or like maybe kind of how? You know how the stadium would have your characters up there, and you can play your characters in a more crisp 3D complex thing, and then you can transport them into the Game Boy Advance and have them right there on the Pixel thing. I'm asking, is there going to be like a different variation of battle modes? Like if you play the Switch, that's the high quality one. It looks beautiful. You see all the colors. Water comes out everywhere, and then the phone version is going to be more like kind of like the GBA series.
Probably. That's probably exactly what's going to happen.
Exactly, and one thing I like too is the whole idea of like being able to play split screen and whatnot too. I forgot where they showed it over here, but yeah, over here. On top of this, I don't like the idea of like how they catch the Pokemon. They're gonna keep that Pokemon Go type shit too, but like this whole thing, this is what I was talking about, the split screen shit. This is something this should have been happening a long ass time ago. Especially like with online multiplayer too, like. Man, and by the way, too, I know they do it with the Nintendo 3DS and shit like that too, but I mean like main console wise. God damn, like just everything about this, man. Like I am so fucking excited. I haven't been this excited for a Nintendo property like in a long time.
Right.
So yeah, if you guys end up getting Nintendo Switch, maybe we should play together.
I'll probably get it next year.
Yeah. Maybe we'll play when we meet up and shit. And any of you guys, if you guys have Nintendo Switch, whatever, share your IDs and stuff. Maybe you guys can add each other in the live chat, and everyone can get together like a big old family. Now, moving on to our very, very last thing. And this will be very, very quick because it's Walking Dead related. The thing is, not just Walking Dead, Luke Cage as well, or basically any Marvel property on Netflix. Rosario Dawson apparently did this very like kind of emotional little interview. I don't know if you read the entire thing, Alan. Did you?
I read enough of it, and I just figured it's like nothing pisses me off more in both cases here than these fucking articles. Thank you. You just spoiled the show for me.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers. And it's not just, Rosario Dawson and Andrew Lincoln. This happens on, like, the CW, the Arrow show. Like, I remember, like, season 5, like, major character plans to leave. I'm like, well, shit. Thank you for ruining the fucking season finale for me, you motherfuckers.
No, and that's the thing that's annoying to me is the fact that, like, yeah, you're losing the what do you call it, the integrity of your show by doing this, because it's one of the situations too where now people are thinking like, okay, well, why are you leaving? It's not like we're killed him off, he's leaving. So now you just told us that this show isn't doing so good. Like, people have opinions for The Walking Dead. People say like, oh, this shit sucks, whatever the fuck, but it does not help one of the sides. You guys know what side of hell I'm talking about. It does not help that particular side where even the actors do not want to be on there anymore. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things where it's like when I watch a lot of my CW shows and they always I always try to avoid the news because they often spoil the next episode or stuff like that. One of the ones that bothered me the most is DC's Legends of Tomorrow had one of my favorite characters on there. He was kind of an older scientist, and like, well, he's leaving the show to go do the Orville, so another reason to hate Seth MacFarlane. And one of the things that bothered me is like with that kind of with those kind of shows, you're not really sure what's going to happen when a person leaves. So I assumed the person would, because they almost set it up like he was going to retire, but they ended up killing him. So it hit me really hard when I didn't expect that. Andrew Lincoln leaving. This is The Walking Dead. There's only one possible thing that could mean when someone's leaving, they're going to die. There's no other situation. It makes no sense for him to just wander off and the show continues on him. There's only one fucking option. So congratulations, you just told us the main character's gonna fucking die.
You make it sound like he's like that one famous actor got lost.
Yeah.
What?
No, Rick.
Just wandered off, just disappeared.
Yeah, and Rosario Dawson, it's like, yeah, I guess she's probably just fed up with this. She's probably just fed up just only doing superhero stuff, and I know a lot of people are fed up with that. She probably wants to do other stuff or just retire.
Like,
I'm more mad about the Andrew Lincoln thing because it's like you just spoiled season 8 or season 9.
No, and that's a frustrating thing to me too, because it's like even the comic books, like, okay, like I don't like when even like Marvel copies the comic books all the fucking time. I think that shit's stupid. But then when it comes to situations like this, where it's like, okay, well, the comic book has certain things in place because there is a purpose to this show. The show does not have an ending in sight, so the only thing that actually has purpose is the fact that Rick is trying to survive. This is his story. That's the only thing that's going on with the show. Aside from that, this is just random shit. It's almost like, well, okay, well, if this is random shit, why can't we just focus on some characters that are more entertaining and maybe, find the cure or something? Why are we fucking with these characters? And I don't know, like, this dude has a lot of growth, etc. But then there's, talks with people saying that Daryl's going to be taking over, which is the worst, most boring, careless fucking character and actor in this entire series. I fucking hate Daryl.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I don't agree with the boring thing, but I agree with him. He should not be taking over. He's one of those characters. He's like we said, Han Solo. He is good when he's bouncing off somebody. Some of my favorite moments in The Walking Dead are him and Carol. Those are some of my favorite moments because they're bouncing off each other. They're really good. My problem with that is just making him the main. I don't think works. You need somebody that can actually speaks more than 4 or 5 lines of dialogue. He's good to bounce off of somebody, but it's just like I just think he'd be terrible as a lead. And I think I think they're only making him the lead because of how popular he is. He is you might like him, but he is straight up the most popular fucking person on the show by far. Him and Michonne. Like, they probably should have made Michonne the leader, the main.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would have worked a lot better.
Well, people are even thinking because of how they ended off this whole thing with Negan, and I won't spoil too much stuff, but it's like they're thinking that, yeah, maybe he's going to take over because
I was right. I called this shit. I said he's going to be the main character of the show by this point.
No, he is, because the thing is like, it's one of the situations where he's almost redeemed. In the comic books, he is the hero now. Rick's more of a villain than Negan is in the books, or in the comic books. But on here, it's one of the situations where it's like people miss this side of Negan. Like, it's scary, he's badass, he's killing people, it's brutal as fuck. You can't forget that the motherfucker did that. So it's like, if he took over too, that's ridiculous. That's fucking stupid. And they just killed off Rick, and it was a very emotional thing. Or not Rick, Carl. They just killed him off recently, and it's like, okay, well, when that happened, they made that shit last 3 episodes long. You know what I mean? Like, that was a long, agonist, sad, boo-hoo fucking thing. We want brutality. It's a fucking Walking Dead. It's a show with zombies. You know what I mean? Like, you want this shit. And, man, people are just not liking this at all, to the point where I do think that when they do something again with the sadness versus the brutality, when Rick dies, no one's going to watch this shit. Like, they're really fucking this up bad. And I've been watching Fear the Walking Dead, and they're doing things perfectly over there. They're killing main characters off, and it actually makes sense. And it's quick. It's not. It doesn't last more than 10 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
You know. What were you saying, Ganja?
They kill the junkie.
Man, you know, junkies
Honestly,
survive
I'll just tell you because of the fact that like they actually ABC released a video with that in the spoiler title. Yes, Nick's dead.
Damn it!
Yeah, the junkie
Really,
died.
junkies usually survive for a long time because of
And the
karma.
dad died too, by the way.
Whoa.
Yeah, and the mom apparently they're thinking that she's gonna die soon because.
Fuck it, wipe the whole cast. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, no, actually, there's only one person left from the main cast since the beginning, and it's the old man, the guy, the side character.
Wait, the Hispanic?
Yeah, the war veteran, bald-headed dude.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, so but that's the thing, man. It's fucking crazy. And the thing is, like, yeah, as far as the spoilers go, and yeah, I'm sorry, BPM, that sucks, man. But
Man, he is so right. 100%. Walking Dead should kill it off so we could get Deborah D. Morgan for a few episodes of Supernatural. I'm okay with that.
fuck that. No, man. I hate Supernatural. But as far as spoilers go, like, that's the thing, and it's
Never
funny how
watched
this
the
happens.
show. Don't fucking tell me that.
Supernatural is great. It has a Scooby-Doo episode.
No,
Man!
and the thing is, I'm kind of curious what you guys think about this because I didn't even watch Fear the Walking Dead when that junkie died, and I feel for BBN. She's like, "Thanks for spoiler, motherfucker." The thing is, I was literally getting ready for this show. I was the ringside hangout. I was getting ready for Monday, and AMC goes up on the side of my YouTube notifications and says, "Most talked about scene: Nick is dead," and I was like,
Wow.
"What? I didn't watch it, motherfucker!" Like.
Man,
So-
I hate that shit. Like, I love people are so quick to fucking like spoil that kind of shit, man. That's why it's like when Game of Thrones comes on, or when like Walking Dead did come on, I would have to avoid the internet for a weekend, just so that I wouldn't get avoided. I swear to God, I think I had the last until I stopped watching it, I had like the last 5 or 6 characters that spoiled for me beforehand. And people were like, R.I.P. this character, man. Fuck off. You're just trying to get some likes.
Yeah, man. But I mean, I'm kind of curious. Like, Ganja, you watch a lot of shows and whatnot too. But some of the shows you do or you watch are based off of reality, shit that actually happened, in history and everything.
Yeah.
Does it bother your list and the quality of the shows when you know how this turns out because it's real life and you read about the shit?
Not really, because it depends on how interesting they do it. The thing is, like, it kind of goes back to what they similarly do with the comic books now. With the history and somewhat, like, unless I'm going for this movie, like, what's the one actor that constantly really dresses up for his place? He played Lincoln.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
No, not Johnny Depp. Johnny Day. Is it Daniel
Day-Lewis?
Daniel Day-Lewis, yeah, him. When he does those like real fancy movies, or like the guy that played like in Dark Knight, they do those really big movies that are actually supposed to be playing a scene in time and actually be based in reality that they actually happen. Then that movie is different. But sometimes you have movies like the Seven Samurais that take place within an era of history, but it's so much of based in legend that you can fuck around with all you want because it's not really based in too much history. It's based around a legend within the time period. So you can just really have fun with it all you want. And if it's based on that, then yeah, I can have fun with it. But the thing with comic books is a lot of fans like to be able to be like, oh, I know what's going to happen next, and be able to hold that over the casual viewers. So with him leaving The Walking Dead, it's going to have to become its own thing. And basically at that point, it's going to be Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, no, and at this point, it's like Fear the Walking Dead is what Walking Dead used to be that was good. It's like, man, and by the way, I'll tell you this much: Fear the Walking Dead started off bad. I hated that fucking show.
I honestly, after the first episode, I never watched another one.
It literally betrayed its whole premise. The second episode.
How about this? How are you going to sit there and have a prequel where the entire audience, most of the reason they're watching is because they're a fan of The Walking Dead, are screaming at the TV going, we know how to kill them. Let's watch a bunch of idiots that don't know how to kill them. Like,
well,
how did you expect that show to happen? Of course it was going to become The Walking Dead because you can't sit there and have 3 years of people trying to figure out the shit that 6 months from now we'll already figured out.
It's not only that, Alan. It was supposed to be based on like, actually, no, the world took a little while before it collapsed. It was supposed to be, the thing me and you complain about is like, okay, zombies one day, it's all over. Somehow, this whole society we built that's interconnected with each other didn't find a way to figure this out within 5 hours. But like, it does that, but it takes it to another step where it's like, oh yeah, everyone sucks.
Yeah, and like that's the thing that I liked about The Walking Dead is like they, these people have been around so long they know how to deal with this. But Fear the Walking Dead, they do even in real life. Ganja, if you get in a fight and someone's trying to fuck you up, where are you gonna punch them? In the throat, in the stomach? You're gonna punch them in the face. You're gonna hit them in the fucking head and knock them the fuck out. Like, this is what you do. If you have a gun and you're going to kill somebody because they're going to kill you, where do you shoot them? In the head.
Center mass.
Center mass.
You do not. Okay, The military will teach you this. You do not aim for the head. Even snipers don't do that because you can miss the target. It's only 2 inches. Sometimes it can bounce off the skull. You always aim for the center of mass. That's why they had trouble killing zombies. That's why Shane in season 2 of The Walking Dead, to prove that, since he was a cop, shot that woman 3 times in the chest in the police pattern. That's where you're supposed to shoot somebody if you're going to take them down. Shooting someone in the head, that's some movie fucking shit that they do for the movies to look cool.
Okay, honestly, dude, I'm surprised. I thought if I can't fight with anybody, every fight I've ever been in, I've always went for the head.
You might miss. And unless you're like have it to the temple, you might a situation where you're 2 feet in front of them and the bullet will just curve and maybe hit them in the cheek or the eye, and they'll still be okay.
Even like with a shovel or like a knife or something. Like if someone's trying to like I'm sure like if somebody was being raped or something, like they don't want to like hit them in the arm. It's like, oh, at least I got my other arm. It's like, no, you hit them in the head, you knock them out, you fucking kill them.
You don't go for the head at all. Your head is super hard. Like
Damn.
maybe like even with any sort of weapons from back in the day, swords, knives, you always go for some version of the arm, a leg, something where there's stuff like that. The head, that you watch too many movies. Like that's not how you're supposed to attack and kill somebody.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, I don't know. I that's new to me. So I guess maybe that's explained somewhat for the first season. But still, I'm mad because it's like, dude, I can't see that would never happen in real life. And it's like I can't help but relate to real life because I'm a fucking nerd and blah blah blah, the whole thing. But especially with Rosario Dawson, do you think at some point at all, Alan, that she's leaving because of the quality of the show or the quality of all the Marvel shows, and then especially Defenders not getting a lot of views?
I think to a certain degree she understands that because it's like when she first came on the scene in Daredevil season 1 and season 2, that was hype as shit in the world. People could not stop talking about it. And I think like to a certain degree, like they all kind of know it's like we have to try our best, even though obviously the people that started there. I'm sure Luke Cage probably heard all the comments and controversy. I'm sure they probably were like in the writers' booth like, okay, we got to kind of fix this. Can we actually do this? And from what I see in season 2 of the trailer, I'm like, yeah, it seems like they addressed some of the problems. They're also causing other problems. But I think to a certain degree, it's like she's just tired. Like Chris Evans has been saying forever he doesn't want to do these movies. He's been saying that for 5 movies. So it's like, I think it's a situation where it's like people just don't want to do the same thing over and over again. They're like, hey, I want to do something else. I want to do a different character. She kind of just she continues to play the same character. She doesn't get a lot of growth. She learned to fight in Iron Fist, but she doesn't really grow a lot. So she's like, her character development's done. She's just helping out the cast as need be. So I think the situation is like, yeah, after season 2, fuck it, either kill me off or just let me go off and do my own thing.
Yeah, that makes sense to me too. I mean, like I said, I wish it was about the quality of the show, and she's like, oh man, fuck Luke Cage, because I want Luke Cage to fail. I don't want Michael, what's his fucking face, Coulter.
I think that season 2 will be better because season 2 of Jessica Jones to me was really really good. It was a consistent tone throughout the entire thing, and that's my problem with Jessica Jones season 1 and even Luke Cage season 1 is it didn't have a consistent tone. So if Luke Cage kind of learns like, okay, we're gonna do less of a stylized show and more of a streamlined show, it might be a better show.
Yeah, but with that said, folks, I mean, I think we're all in agreement that, yeah, it's just fucking stupid. And one thing I had to say about this, too, we're about to actually head on out, but I just want to show this to see if this is going to be the case. I'm getting excited. Ganja, you're ready for some E3 spoilers!
What?
E3 spoilers. You want to see him? You want to see him? Huh? You want to see him? Too bad. So, over here, apparently, this is something, and this could be fake. I don't know. PS3, fucking E3 2018, whatever the fuck sheet. I'm looking over here, dude. Last of Us Part 2 gameplay, Devil May Cry 5 gameplay, Resident Evil 2 remake gameplay.
Kingdom Hearts 3 launch trailer. Fuck yes.
Wait, what?
Kingdom Hearts 3 launch trailer. Suck my dick, all y'all in the chat.
Coming out 2020.
Alan, Star Citizen just released a pack for fake battleships for 10,000 grand and no game. Fuck
okay,
you.
And
what's the difference between launch trailer and like, because like launch as in like they're gonna give you a release date and it's like
I'm hoping that's
launch trailer is generally the first
release date.
Wait, what'd you say, Alan?
Launch trailer is generally the first time you see anything. It's the like launch trailer, reveal trailer are almost synonymous sometimes, where you're not sure because sometimes with the reveal trailer you'll get a release date, but sometimes with the launch trailer it's like, yo, this is the first time we're seeing the full game.
Yeah, and by the way, too, Ruth is saying not real, total fake. But god damn it, dude, E3.
Yeah, we are not getting a fucking Final Fantasy VII anything. That's
no, I completely disagree with that. I think that's one of those things that's definitely going to be talked about. And I will say, makes sense for Spider-Man new gameplay to be at the very end of the show. And that's something I'm really, really extremely excited to see.
Spider-Man!
Dude, honestly, I don't even like Spider-Man much. I know you like the Spider-Man games a lot, but I cannot fucking wait for the gameplay for that game. That shit looks amazing.
Hey, I already sold. I already bought it. I pre-ordered it. Like, I'm already ready because, to me, I love Spider-Man games. Almost every Spider-Man game I've ever played, I fucking love. So there's like maybe one I could name off the top of my head I think is terrible, but the rest of it is fucking great.
You have a
Like, I
habit
can't
of buying games that don't come out yet, huh?
Yeah. Well, you know, Ganja, you don't have that problem because Kingdom Hearts never gonna come out.
Faster than Star Citizen, sir.
Sure.
I'm sorry,
Hey.
Alan got your ass there, dude. That was amazing.
That's
I'm glad you found the one game that I'm loving and is never gonna come out, so that way you have something in common.
Hey, well, the one other game came out that you were hoping was good at Drama, and that was a piece of shit. But that hurt me too.
Yeah, but you're more of a Mass Effect fan.
Yeah, that hurt me too. That's my point.
yeah.
Did it hurt me?
Hey, guess
You're
what?
you're
guys?
nailing your own coffin, my friend.
You know, I can't even talk shit right now because I was about to say, oh, well, you know what? I like games that I play. No, actually, last night I didn't tell you guys this, and I'm actually almost a little bit embarrassed by it, but I had to be honest about the whole thing. We've been playing a lot of Ark lately, guys. Last night I rage quit it so fucking hard I deleted the game.
I believe it.
You were playing with it like an hour ago.
No, I re-downloaded it earlier today.
Yeah.
'Cause I got
Yeah, don't worry, I did the same thing, man.
That's an addiction.
I think it was the other day. I think when we got our place destroyed, and I was so mad, I said, I'm never playing this game again. I deleted it. But then I just like, man, I know God's gonna bug me. Let me just download it so I can. And then after a couple of days, he bugged me back on, so I'm still back in.
Penelope's like, you a lying motherfucker.
I know that bird's like, well, it's okay, just play the fucking game. Yeah, no. Oh man, and it's weird too, cause I'm looking at animals now. Like right now, I feel like throwing like a fucking bola on that goddamn bird and like stealing that shit or something, like hitting it with a trank arrow.
My bird.
Give me that bird, Alan. You know, fucking get that shit. No,
You're not really gonna do that, right?
people, if you guys have Ark, by the way, on Steam, make sure to like let us know, and maybe you can come on and join our tribe and shit. No, they're not gonna quit Ark and play Conan. Nah. And,
Not quit
private
Ark,
server.
but eventually I do want to play Conan. I want to try it out.
When I get a PS4, we'll try Conan.
Yeah. Because, I mean, hey, I don't mind trying out another kind of game like that.
By the way, too, if that does go on sale, I'll get it. But I mean, like PS4, like, yeah, are you gonna get it on PS4?
I mean,
I'm either next month or for the following month, I'm getting a PS4.
Yeah,
you should definitely do it. It's a good time. You know, there's a bunch of games that are coming out and a bunch of games that came out in Spider-Man.
Well, 90s told me, and if y'all remember, 90s was
Still
an
was
old
in the
co-host of
90s.
ours. He knows tech. That's the only thing I give him really strong fucking credit for, besides good personal advice. And the thing is, he was saying that they might be hinting at a new console with the PlayStation 5, or maybe a new variation. So I might wait a little while to see. What
Honestly,
really
don't
is.
worry about it. Like, honestly, pick up a Slim right now because it's a really good price. It's probably gonna be sub 300. If they do new variation, it's gonna bump up the price and lower the price of everything else. You don't need the PS4 Pro. That's not worth your money. If you can get one for like $300, that's a great price. You're gonna get a controller with it. You might even be able to get a bundle if you want to buy it new, and you can get a bunch of games. There's a bunch of games coming out this year. There's a bunch of games that have come out this year already that you can get. Like Monster Hunter is a fucking great game. Like it's a pretty good time to buy it. And I have a Slim right now and it runs fucking quiet as hell. You can't even tell it's on.
Yeah, but here's one thing though, folks. Speaking of video games and whatnot, you're gonna hear a lot more video game talk. If you like this shit of us completely being off topic and talking about video games because we love that shit, you can always go to Gotcha Guru,
The Untitled Video Game Show on Facebook every Friday, 7:30 CST. Make sure to check us out. We have a good time. Discuss, conversate with us in the chat, and watch us play some video games. Some from the new, some from the old. Elf in good fun, right,
shit,
Birdman?
Sorry about that, sir. I apologize. I tried to show you.
Man, you just cut that bitch off.
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let me say it.
No, but and you guys might be playing Fallout. Definitely some video game topics, things like that too. Maybe you might talk a little bit about E3 again. I don't know.
Oh no, we're gonna go on full-on conspiracy theorist game theory bullshit. Fallout. So
Because we
guys...
talked a little bit about excitement, but we haven't gone to depth. Like we're gonna go into some history for your ass.
I'm gonna
if
bring
you're a
out
fan of Fallout, check it out.
I'm a fan of Fallout Wikipedia because that's basically what I'm pulling up.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, not because PBM said this. He says, not because Untitled Video Games. Alan talks about Arkham Knight being a good game. Wait, hold on. That's a great game.
Yeah. No, because motherfuckers here are saying Arkham City and Ultimate Alliance are good games, and they're fucking wrong there, as they are here.
Okay, no, see, then, god damn it, Alan, I was on your side, but you
Ultimate
talked
Alliance
about
is a
Arkham
piece
City
of
and Arkham
shit.
fucking Asylum. God damn it.
Arkham City is trash, and so is Ultimate Alliance.
Why
Welcome
are
to Game
pissing you
Co-host,
guys off?
everybody.
Why are we pissing you guys off? One more thing, I'm gonna piss you guys off with this list yet again, the After Hours. Movies with Smartest AI Night on Saturday. We're gonna be doing that right after the show. We're doing Stealth or War Games, Ex Machina, 2001: Space Odyssey. Julian, please don't.
Nick, should I tell you this after the show that that one of those is not an AI?
Wait, is they the Earth still?
That's an alien.
No, I know, but apparently that's some kind of artificial intelligence thing that was actually like when I looked this up on IMDb and everything too, it came up. Like I looked, I was wondering the same thing, dude. Honestly, I really was.
Really?
Yep.
It is weird. Like, and by the way, another movie that I put up and I actually deleted this because I'm like, okay, for sure this doesn't fucking count. Matrix was also considered an AI movie.
That is an AI movie. Why did you put the Matrix
The
on
Matrix
there?
is not an AI movie. Those
Are you fucking high? It's
Gotcha. That's not an AI movie.
I don't think it is, Alan.
Oh, that is AI. You guys, what movie did you watch?
I think that's more of the Robo-apocalypse story rather than like.
They're artificial intelligence.
Because AI is usually
That's
one
like saying
role.
Terminator
no,
should be on
dimensions.
that
They're not
list.
artificial intelligence in our world. This is an artificial
Yeah.
world. It's like it's a dimension.
Why is the Terminator on that list?
Because it's another one that's not based on AI in the sense.
Wait,
like
wait, what question did you ask me?
Terminator.
Oh, I thought people didn't want to watch it, but no, Kanji, I'm sorry. Terminator is definitely an AI movie.
Is it an AI movie? Because I always took it as one of those robot action films. Like AI to me is always based around scientists creating life and whatnot, and actually exploring the concept of are we creating another sentient creature or not. I never thought if it was just a basic ass robot. Because in that case, Johnny 5 is fucking an AI movie.
Well, you know, people,
It is an AI movie because Anthony made me watch that bullshit.
we might. I don't want to argue about it all day, but we actually maybe on Friday on the actual show at the very end or something. I'll put this up and we will all live on the show decide. We'll see if we can agree on something. What is actually considered an AI movie? Because man, this is almost the satirical night versus fucking parody night thing, and I'm like, you know, I'm not doing that shit for free ever again. We're doing that shit on the show because fuck you, fuck Justin, fuck the goddamn chat. Like,
Well, that's the only way to get through Spaceballs, and yeah, that movie fucking sucks.
Oh god, yeah. By the way, that whole argument was to fucking watch Spaceballs. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyways, but with that said, The Day the Earth Stood Still, for right now, is an AI movie until we really do some research. And Alan might be right. I kind of agree with Alan.
Hey, I'll give you this: if it says in the movie or says some sort of stuff, that's sure that's an alien AI. But then so is Matrix.
Exactly. No. With that said, on the 3. On the 2. This has been a ride, man. 1. Attack the chat.
Attack the chat!
Right.